Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today. I'm Margaret Johnson, and today I'm going to share with you a cute little thank you card that I've created for my customers that have placed an order with me in the past month. So I'm just going to slide this out of the way here, pull these cards forward. So I have a whole bunch here, and I've used the Sprinkles of Life stamp set and the matching punch that goes with it, the Tree Builder punch, which looks like this, to create this cute little card. So I'm just going to take you through it. It's super quick, super fast and easy. And let's get started. Look at all those cards. I can't wait to send those out. So let me grab my cardstock. So for my card base, we've got 8.5 by 5.5 crumb cake scored up in the center here at the 4 1/4 mark. So that way when we fold this, we've got a 4 1/4 by 5.5 card base. Next, I've taken the Affectionately Yours Designer Series paper. It's gorgeous. Double-sided paper. You can select which side you'd like when creating your cards. Lots of different patterns in that package. Goes great. So this piece I've cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And that's just going to leave a nice 1/8 mat all the way around. Next is our piece of Whisper White cardstock. This one's super easy because this one's at 2 3/4 inches by, I want to say 4, yeah, 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. So that's going to slide right there over top, just like that. So as you can see, that's going to create that finished piece there. So out of an 8.5 by 11, you're going to get 8 of these because all I did was I cut 5.5 by 4 1/4, cut my whole sheet into those pieces. So you get 4 of those, and then you just cut that in half, the 5.5 mark way, to get the 2 3/4. So 8 pieces out of a cardstock, 1 sheet. It makes for really fast and easy cards. Okay, so here I lie a little. When I design this, I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be super fast. It's going to be super easy for making for my customers. And then I forgot that I have all that coloring to do. I don't know how well you can see it there in the video. But yeah, so I've got blue and I've got green and I've got yellow and I've got red. And I started coloring and my tennis elbow started acting up. I was like, okay, not such a great idea. But I did them all. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and get this stamped. So we're going to use Archival Basic Black. So really, if you're just looking to make one, great. If you love coloring, great. Stamp your heart out. For me, like I said, my tennis elbow started acting up, so not the most fun. So I'm just going to put, because this is a photopolymer stamp set, I'm just going to put my Pierce mat underneath. It just has a little bit of give to it, so it helps you get a clearer image. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to stamp Thanks a Bunch. Not too close to the bottom. Whoop. So it looks just like that. Then, oh, I won't close that up. I'm going to set this aside. Take a piece of scrap paper, and then we're going to take our flower bunch. So I'm just going to quickly show you the stamp set. So this is the Sprinkles of Life stamp set. And you can create ice cream cones, you can create planters, it has what looks like a cloud image, so you can create cupcakes, putting the candle on it. You've got the trees, so you can create trees, and then lots of great sayings that you can do for different cards. So we're going to be using Thanks a Bunch, or we did use Thanks a Bunch, but we're going to be using this flower image here. So let's go ahead and get that inked up. We're just doing this on scrap paper because we're going to punch that out. So nice clear image there. So we'll take our punch. These are locking so that they lay flat, so you can stack them up, but it has a tab here that if you press it forward, it opens it up. So we work this way with our punch showing open there at the bottom, holding it upside down. That way we can see and line up our stamped image with our punch. And then just pop that out. And get all your little pieces out of there. And then just To lock it, you just push it shut and then slide that forward, and that locks it flat again. So let's go ahead and put that out of our way. Now, I'm just going to give this a second to dry a little bit better before I start coloring so the black doesn't smudge on me. So while we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and attach my pattern paper, my Affectionately Yours Designer Series paper, to my card base. Okay, and then, so when I was making the card, after I assembled all these other cards, I suddenly realized I forgot to color the little planter base, so they're all blank. But we're not going to do that to this one. We're actually going to color this one in. So you can do a few different things. You can use markers, or you can use your watercolor pencil crayons, watercolor pencils. So this is the Brights package that is currently available in the Occasions catalog. Hoping like heck that they move this along into the next annual catalog, because I absolutely love these. These are great for coloring. Now I was thinking of blending them, and then when I realized how much coloring I had to do on all those cards, I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. And the other thing too is the flower images. Let me grab those here. Of course I can't pick those up. There we go. Too small. The flower images, they're just so tiny that really by the time you color those in with the watercolor pencils, they really don't need to be blended. So I'm not going to worry about those, but if I wanted to, I could definitely do it with the base here just to create some depth and dimension in some of the spots. So I'm just grabbing my brown, and I'm not going to get fancy with my coloring. I'm not going to worry if it's, you know, perfect there. I realize I'm not close to any of the edges really, but I'm going to take my blender pen and blend that out a little. Oh, and see, that black is blending through. I didn't give it a chance enough to dry. Unfortunately, my black takes a while. Okay, I should have waited longer. That would have worked out well if I had waited, but that's okay. Planter can be a little bit black, a little bit blue, or a little bit of black, a little bit of brown, so it's not horrible. So we're gonna put that one aside. You know what? Since I know that that black is not quite dry yet, I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna attach my baker's twine. So because I always take my packages apart, I just throw them in a drawer and the bags are a little bit too bulky. I actually write on the carton what color it is and what the item ID is. That way I know and I won't forget. So this is the Bermuda Bay thick baker's twine. And I'm just going to wrap that around. A little bit bummed, I won't lie, that my black ink wasn't quite ready to be blended. But what do you do? There was a lot of lines there. Whoops. Does anybody else have trouble tying baker's twine? I swear it does not like me. I don't have a problem with ribbon. I can do that. But the thin baker's twine is brutal for me. And the thick, not horrible, but not great either. I think it's just me. Okay. So paper snips. And just like shoving stuff all over. Okay. So that's that piece done. So then I'm going to have to sit down to do this and focus. We're going to take a few colors. So I've got my Daffodil Delight, my Bermuda Bay, my Old Olive, and my Real Red. And we're just going to go ahead and color this little flower in. Now I started with my lighter colors first. So center of the flowers, the big flowers, I'm doing yellow. And then leaves are green. And I don't like coloring on this pad, so I'm going to move that out of the way. Too much give for coloring. Hopefully, you can still see that. So bear with me because I don't know how to speed up videos halfway through so that you don't get bored with what I'm doing. So I apologize. And take the blue. As you can see, I'm not like overly what's the word I'm looking for? Concerned, I guess you could say, about coloring inside the lines. I'm just coloring and hoping it goes where I want it to go. Okay, did I miss any there? I think I got all those, but I think I kind of missed half that leaf. Okay, and then we're going to take our red, which for some reason to me doesn't look really red. Other people, theirs looks great. And I look at mine, I think, wow, looks more like Watermelon Wonder, which I love. Don't get me wrong, I love that color. And I'm sad that it's going to be retiring in a couple months here. Unless they do a color change and they include that, that would be fantastic. I'd be totally thrilled. Don't ask me what color I'd want them to replace it with. Maybe they can make another color group. I don't think others would mind either. There's so many colors that we really like and don't want to see retire, and yet so often they disappear on us. Getting there. Do you see what I mean about a lot of coloring? Like, what was I thinking? Oh, okay. I think I got it all little baubles, and so slide that out of the way. So next we're going to take our Stampin' Dimensionals. Okay, now this is where I'm really bad. Not bad. I'm resourceful. I don't like to waste these pieces, so I tend to use these up. And since I've used all the big pieces, oh, I have pre-cut those. So that's my little flower all colored up. See that? Okay, so we're just going to add 2 bits of dimensionals here to the back of this. Grab our base again and just pop that up on top. Okay, and then we're going to add dimensionals to the back of this, so it's going to be raised up twice now. I checked with my little postal slot thing and it still fits through, so I'm happy about that. Otherwise you end up paying extra postage. I just got to cut one more piece here. So I like to do it in all 4 corners, but on a piece this size I also like to do one in the center. It just gives it a little support so that it doesn't cave in on me. Get the film backing off there. Grab our card base, add that to the front. Let me have a look. I'm relatively straight. And that's it. That's your cards done. So as you can see, I did one with the Cucumber Crush pattern paper out of the Affectionately Yours instead. That's also a great color. So quick, easy thank you cards that you can do for anyone really, for any occasion. These ones are going to be going out to my customers as little thank yous again for the orders they've placed with me over the past, for also participating in games and such that I've done. So hopefully you're inspired to pull out your Sprinkles of Life stamp set and do some coloring and put some thank you cards together. Thanks for watching.